Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to Paul Who, the channel all about Doctor Who. So, I want to talk about my thoughts on the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday, and absolutely, I am loving watching these two in the brand new season of Doctor Who. This is honestly one of the best seasons of Doctor Who I have seen for a very, very long time. Yeah, okay, we've had two Doctor-like episodes, aka in 73 Yards and of course Bubble, but shoot, that's mainly because round about then we're filming this season is basically Ncuti Gatwa was too busy filming season 4 of Sex Education for Netflix, so there's a little bit of a conflict schedules in that. But to be honest with you, I really think this season is one of the best seasons I have seen for Doctor Who for a very, very long time. And when I mean that, I think it's basically one of the strong seasons since series 5. Now, I love Series 10 because I just love Capaldi's Doctor, but this is one of the best seasons I've seen since Series 5. Maybe Series 10, because Series 10 is quite good, but I don't like the Monk Trilogy, and I haven't come across a bad episode I don't enjoy. All my videos that I've said for all my reviews on each of these episodes, I've always said that are literally either an A+, or an A triple, or, well, an A double A, or basically a triple A. And of course, I have given them mainly rankings between 7 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, and 3 of them have basically been 10 out of 10, because I just absolutely genuinely loving this series. And when I was literally doing my reviews for basically the George Whittaker era, basically for series 11, 12, and 13, none of her basically episodes made it into the A columns for me. There's normally around about like a C or a B column in the Whittaker era, but I haven't really made it into an A. But Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor has really knocked it out of the park. Now, before I actually talk about that, I want to talk about the series and what I'm enjoying from it. Now, this season, absolutely superb. Honestly, it is absolutely brilliant. It's one of the best seasons I've seen for Doctor Who for a long time. We've got a great cast, aka in the fantastic main cast with Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. They are absolutely superb as the Doctor and Ruby. I also have to say, I am going to include the Church on Ruby Road as well as part of season 1. Because I was looking through BBC iPlayer the other day as I went to rewatch basically Dot and Bubble. And I've noticed basically they have added the Church on Ruby Road into season 1 category instead of it being with the 60th anniversary. So, I only think the BBC are saying, yeah, you know what, the Church on Ruby Road was basically part of season 1. Which I'm not really complaining, because it is a good Doctor story, because I absolutely love the Church on Ruby Road, considering I've watched it 65 times since Christmas Day. And that's really bad, especially when I've watched The Giggle for the same amount of time, and I love The Giggle. So I kind of want to talk about basically Ncuti Gatwa and really what am I enjoying from his Doctor, and the same with Millie Gibson, aka as Ruby. So I want to knock this out of the park first. I am absolutely enjoying Ncuti Gatwa's performance as the Doctor. Now, back in 2021, it was announced Russell T Davies was coming back into Doctor Who, and I was worried. I was honestly worried, and of course I was triggered, because I'm not a big fan on RTD's era with basically Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, because I don't like the stuff they kind of went for with the revival, basically with the whole romantic side of the Doctor, the whole lovey-dovey stuff, you know, and I don't really care for any of that. So I was a little bit worried with Russell T Davies coming back, and now we're literally towards the end of his first season as being back as basically the showrunner or / producer. I'm not worried at all anymore. I'm absolutely flipping loving it. I am really, really loving it, and I really think Russell stepping back for a long time, and before he came back, I really think he's took a deep breath. Well, he's took more than a deep breath, and he's brought back something refreshing. He's brought something new into it, and I am absolutely flipping loving it. So, Russell T Davies, I weren't your biggest fan when it was announced you were coming back, because I really do not like what you did with the whole romantic side of the Doctor. Mainly in his 10th incarnation. Series 1 and Series 4 are 2 of his best seasons out of all 4 of them. But Ncuti Gatwa as well, he's nailing it for me. He's absolutely nailing it as the Doctor. So, I am absolutely loving the 15th Doctor. Now, the 15th Doctor, every time a new Doctor comes on screen, I'm always like a little bit hesitant in case they're not going to be good as the predecessor. I mean, in my eyes, nobody is quite good as the Doctor apart from Tom Baker and Peter Capaldi. They are the 2 best actors I've seen so far to play the Doctor. And of course, with Patrick Troughton in the mix as well. And Ncuti Gatwa is really nailing it out the park for me. I mean, by the end of the year, I got to do another Doctor Who ranking of all the Doctors because Ncuti Gatwa has really moved up in my retrospect opinion because I am absolutely loving him and I think he's actually made it into the top 5 Doctors. I'm not 100% sure, don't blame me on that one, but I will have to look and see how basically I feel because Paul McGann has really been kicked out by 2 Doctors, and that's mainly this Doctor, the 15th Doctor, and of course the 3rd Doctor played by John Pertwee, because I have been watching a lot of Pertwee stuff recently, and Pertwee is really making it into the top 5 Doctors for me. Same with Ncuti Gatwa. I am absolutely loving Ncuti Gatwa's performance. Now, Ncuti Gatwa, I know some people don't like some of his performances where he's like hypergenic and stuff, but so was the 2nd Doctor, and so was the 11th Doctor. And that's the thing I want to say. With the 15th Doctor, I am really, really seeing more of the 2nd and more of the 11th Doctors in him. I don't know what it is, but I really think Ncuti Gatwa is really connected with the 2nd Doctor and a little bit of the 11th Doctor because, one, this is an old man in a young man's body. And Ncuti Gatwa is literally 29 years old, the same age as Mr. Peter Davison was. And as he's so young, I really get that imagery of an old man inside a young man's body, which is something that the 11th Doctor had, and played by really, really well by Matt Smith. So Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is really, really reminding me so much of Matt Smith and Patrick Troughton, which are one of the best actors to play the Doctor. I mean, my 2 favourite Doctors for classic and modern so far is still Tom Baker and of course Peter Capaldi, but Ncuti Gatwa is actually so close to making it into my 2nd favourite modern Doctor. I don't know how that's been after literally watching like 6-7 episodes of his. I mean, we've got The Church on Ruby Road, we've got Space Babies, we have The Devil's Cause, which is honestly my favourite episode out of this season so far. We've got Boom, 73 Yards, and basically now Dot on Bubble. So 6 episodes into his era, and I am absolutely flipping loving it. I really am really enjoying the 15th Doctor. He has really burst onto our screens. I think the damage has already been done by the 13th Doctor's era, but I'm hoping with a little bit of time, people will basically go back and watch this era because it is absolutely cracking and amazing and absolutely brilliant. Ncuti Gatwa, you could actually tell he is loving playing the Doctor. In some of the Doctor's portrayals, like for Tom Baker, you know he wasn't enjoying playing the Doctor in season 18 because it is actually there through screen. He's playing the 4th Doctor, but he does look like he's not quite enjoying it. Same with other Doctors like John Pertwee. It looks like in season 11 he wasn't really enjoying his time as the Doctor because of Katie Manning leaving and the death of Roger Gardo, which is why he made his mind about leaving the show. Ncuti Gatwa, I'm hoping he becomes one of the longest modern Doctors. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I on about? We've already had him from 2023. I kind of want Ncuti Gatwa to be like the Tom Baker Doctor. Now, Ncuti Gatwa is brilliant. Honestly, he really can play the serious moments of the Doctor. He can play the energetic, fun side of the Doctor like Matt Smith and Tom Baker and Patrick Troughton does. He has the something about him that really reminds me so much of mainly the 2nd and 11th Doctors, more, and a little bit of Tom Baker, but not as much as Tom Baker. Unless he brings in the Jelly Babies, then I'd be like, now he's reminding me so much a little bit of Tom. I would love to see Ncuti Gatwa bring back the Jelly Babies at some point in an episode. I really would. I really am enjoying Ncuti Gatwa. I mean, all of his outfits are changing, and my God, I am struggling to think about what to cosplay, which is why I've kind of gone for Dot and Bubbles look, and of course the promo pictures that we had back in 2022, because I really like that outfit. Ncuti Gatwa is honestly one of the best actors I've seen in a very, very long time to play the Doctor. I mean, after Peter Capaldi. Jodie Whittaker feels much like the Doctor in some of episodes, but not many. Where Ncuti Gatwa really feels like he's the Doctor from the word get-go, from the click at the end of the giggle. It really feels so much like the Doctor, and I'm absolutely flipping loving it. I really am. I am really loving the season. I'm really loving the 15th Doctor. Ncuti Gatwa is doing amazing. So it's time to talk about Millie Gibson. And I'm actually quite enjoying her performance. This is my favourite duo from Modern Who after basically Ten and Donna. Because 10 and Donna are still my favourite companions. Even though you're probably saying, what about 10 and 14? They are still technically the same characters. And David Tennant does play 2 incarnations of the Doctor. So I have to think about that one. But at the moment, since David Tennant and Catherine Tate basically in Series 4 I am really loving this duo. They are honestly taking my favourite place for the modern companion duos. I mean, at the moment, it goes to 3 Doctors for the modern series with their companions, because it's David Tennant with Catherine Tate. No, sorry, yeah, David Tennant with Catherine Tate, Matt Smith and Karen Gillan, and of course with Peter Capaldi with Paul McGee, and of course Matt Lucas. So Millie Gibson is just brilliant, honestly brilliant. I did a video when we were talking about Space Babies, and I was a little bit worried that her character arc was a bit like Clara's, but it seems they're going down a different route. It really feels like a brand new companion. It doesn't feel like something that's been copied and pasted, which is something I was very, very worried about when I watched Space Babies, because I really thought that they were literally going for the whole Impossible Girl sort of vibes. But now we are literally, what, coming up to 6 episodes in, 5 episodes in, coming up to the 6th episode, and I'm just absolutely loving it. I really am absolutely pure loving these two together. This is honestly my favourite duo. Now, Millie Gibson, I can really think that she is so good as Ruby. It's not from the script, it's the way she plays her. And last week's episode, aka 73 Yards, she does blow it. She really blows it right at the park, which is something I absolutely have to say. It's brilliant. It's honestly brilliant. Now, I think she was 18 at the time when she got the part of Doctor Who. So really, for an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, if this was filmed round about last year, so she would have been about 19. I really think she's got that connection with a companion, which is something I really am enjoying. So it's actually quite nice to have a young Doctor with a younger companion. And there ain't no lovey-dovey stuff going on between the two of them. This is literally brilliant. And this is the thing about it. This is absolutely brilliant. There's no romance going on. This is literally the Doctor trying to find out what's going on with Ruby, showing her the entire universe. And of course, it's just absolutely flipping brilliant. It is honestly just pure amazingness. And Millie Gibson is honestly playing this down to the teeth, nailing it. She's nailing Ruby for me. If I was going to rank all the modern companions, Ruby would definitely be in the top 5. And that's just me saying it. If I do a ranking video for the modern companions, basically from Rose all the way down to Ruby, then she'd definitely be in the top 5. In literally the top 5 companions. I can't say where because I've not thought about it, but she will be in the top 5 companions if I do decide to do that. So I am actually quite enjoying Millie Gibson's character as Ruby. I mean, her and the 15th Doctor, they are so bouncing back and forth with the chemistry. They are so great and so just brilliant together, which is something I am absolutely flipping loving. I really love the whole cosmic energy between the two of them, especially from Space Babies, where the Doctor literally, she asks him about stepping on a butterfly, goes, "Oh, come here, butterfly," and she accidentally steps on one. Then, of course, he has to give something, I think it's like a breath of his lungs or something that brings the butterfly back to life, and he lets it go, or a little bit of regeneration energy. I'm not 100% sure. And time resets itself. I really am loving it. I really am loving these two together. They are honestly one of the best duos I have seen in modern Doctor Who. Not out of all the Doctor Who, because there are some other duos I love over these. And over David and Catherine Tate as well. There are just so many I love more over them. But basically, this is one of the top 5 Doctor companions I'm absolutely loving. After basically Ace and the 7th Doctor, 4th and Leela, 4th and Sarah Jane, then possibly the 3rd Doctor with Joe Grant, because I am in the middle of rewatching all of the Pertwee stuff. And then, of course, it goes to Ncuti, Gatwa and Millie Gibson. They are in the top 5, which is something I am absolutely flipping loving. And I really like the chemistry as well, because it's literally, for Ncuti, it's literally like an old man in a young man's body, a bit like the 11th Doctor. So, yeah, this is literally, I just wanted to make this video to talk about basically my thoughts on the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday. And as you can tell, I'm absolutely loving them. I'm seeing fantastic connections between the two of them, the way they are bouncing back and forth. And I'm not the only person to see that. Another sci-fi guy who is brilliant, who's another Doctor Who fan, and of course he's just absolutely amazing. His channel is brilliant. If you haven't seen his channel, go and check it out. And he has always said the same as well, and basically I'm glad I'm on the same wavelength as sort of him, or telepathic wavelength as him, because I really like how these two just bounce back and forth. They are so great together. And I'm a little bit sad. I'm literally a little bit sad that we've only got 3 more episodes basically with these two, and then of course we've got to wait 5 months till Christmas Day to see these two back again. It feels like it's going to be a long 5 months. But luckily, I've got BBC iPlayer, so I can go back and rewatch this season over and over again. And of course, I've also pre-ordered the Steelbook, and that is coming out in August. So I will have the Steelbook to go back and rewatch over and over and over again. And I will not get bored. But this season, honestly, I'm loving it. I absolutely am loving it. It's one of the best seasons of Doctor Who I've seen for a very long time. And I'm absolutely pure loving it. I'm really loving ncuti Gatwa. I'm really loving Millie Gibson. I'm loving the writing. This is something the Chibnall era kind of missed. It's absolutely brilliant. And of course, I love the TARDIS set. The TARDIS set is absolutely amazing, but I've already said that when I did my reviews on the 60th anniversary back in November and December. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of these two? Do you see, like I see with ncuti Gatwa's Doctor, do you see more of the 2nd and 11th Doctors in him, more than other Doctors? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're looking forward to the next episode, aka Rogue. I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see it. The alien creatures look so good in that. And the thing I want to quickly say about the season, it feels like Classic Who all over again. It really feels like so much like the 2nd Doctor's era, apart from Boom, where the Doctor's stuck on a landmine. I don't think that would work as a classic Doctor Who story, but it works so much here, and I absolutely am loving it. So let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.